Educated, and Broke
is a weekly entertainment podcast
where we mix hip hop,
headlines, and all things ATL
into the success of Black millennials
in the Black culture.
All righty, we are back here on Black Educated and Broke. Thank you again to Winter Dunn for coming on and sharing so much excellence. What does she have going on? It was Jezebel, the new film Junebug. Special shout out to Shanae, behind the scenes, Shanae and all of the excellence. Thank you for holding that down, Shanae, and bringing her on the platform with us. So before we went to the break, we got an extended show, so much good stuff. But this is the part I myself am a little bit excited about. So I'm gonna turn it over to Q because we're talking to these gentlemen about the green toad hemp form. When I heard hemp, I was like, I want to know what that is. So Q, go ahead.
All right.
Oh, you're muted. Sorry. No.
Unmute your mic.
Unmute your mic.
Like flowing. He like, yeah.
He talking all kind of noise.
Yeah, I am. I said, stop playing with me because you muted me. I didn't know.
He was ready.
I did want to say my team is super excited to speak with you gentlemen today for being the first Black hemp farm in the state of Georgia, Black owned.
Come on.
It's huge. All right. I don't know if anyone in here indulges in the recreational activity, but when I saw that you guys were interviewed in Sheen magazine, I hit my guys up like, hey, we need to get these guys on the show and we need to discuss this. So let's everybody give a round of applause and a warm welcome to Dwayne. I didn't catch the gentleman with you. I didn't catch his name.
Reginald Reese.
Reginald.
That's him.
Reginald with the hemp farm, green toad hemp farm. Thank you guys. Welcome.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
So, all right, you got to really break it down to us because as Black people, when we hear hemp, we immediately think cannabis. We think marijuana. So
Immediately.
So explain to the people exactly what you guys are as an entity as far as the hemp farm and how you guys were able to become the first Black hemp farm in the state of Georgia.
I think that so hemp and cannabis, or marijuana as you all know it, are the same plant. They're the same plant that are grown differently, and from a legal standpoint, hemp is classified as any one of those cannabis plants that has less than 0.3% THC in it. That is what we grow. We grow hemp from female genetics, and those are that's the side of the plant that produces the medicinal benefits that you see in CBD and CBG products that are now in the market and working their way more so into the market every day. So a lot of us think about it as smoke, the weed basically, and it's that too. You can consume that, but instead of THC on a high level, you consuming CBD on a high level, and you're still feeding your endocannabinoid system and bringing your body closer toward homeostasis and true balance.
Come on, we don't know them big words now.
What? We're Black and educated on here now.
Come on now.
You don't make us more educated by breaking it down for us. Come on, help us out.
Let me bring out the dictionary. No, seriously. It's a great field. It's a great place to be in right now because it's about daily wellness. It's coming at a time for us, entering the game at a time when everybody needs that now more than ever before. Our immune systems are under attack in this pandemic. Our anxiety and our everyday ease of mind is under attack from this pandemic as well. So now you have a product that I can send you right in the mail. All you got to do is go to www.thegreentodhemp.com and order it. We can send it right to you in the mail. Perfectly legal, fully legitimate throughout the United States. This is the first year that Georgia had it legal for farmers to grow and cultivate. It had already been sold here in the little smoke shops and the gas stations. You guys know that. But so this gentleman, Reginald, was the one who came up with the idea of starting the Green Toad Hemp Farm, and ultimately is the catalyst to the fact that that it all happened so quickly and becoming the first Black hemp farm. Actually, you'd be interested to know that we might have been second out of everybody.
Wow.
Black was almost the first period in the state.
Wow.
We're moving that fast, and we came out here and built the infrastructure of the farm and all of that before the process even started. And Reggie went through that process and aced it. And here we are.
Now, you guys are outside of the Atlanta metro area. For people who don't live here, Atlanta is huge, all right? So somebody might tell you they live in Atlanta, but they might actually live in like Conyers or like or Lawrenceville, stuff like that that's not Atlanta. Explain to the people where you are in relation to Atlanta, or how far away or how close you are.
We're a short 2.5-hour drive from Atlanta.
Sure.
Reggie actually lives in right back Conyers in the Lithonia area. And we know, everybody say, so we in Atlanta. We just 2.5 hours away from downtown. That's all.
You know where Statesboro? We're with Statesboro, so
Okay.
we're right there. So we kind of share the border with Statesboro, and we're only about 45 minutes from Savannah.
So I have a question about, so you were saying that so hemp is pretty much a higher dose of CBD, a lower dose of THC. So marijuana, I'm assuming, is the opposite, a lot of THC and lower CBD. So I want to know, what's the health benefit? So why is the hemp better than the marijuana? Is the CBD better for you than THC? Like, what is the different health benefits of both?
Well, it's not about whether or not one is better than the other. They derive, it's the same plant, right? The difference is that each one of us have a different level of tolerance, and THC carries psychoactive effects with it. So you're going to feel high. And for some people that translates into confusion or other types of side effects that make them uncomfortable. So if you have a condition that causes you to have to smoke a strain of marijuana that has a high THC content, you may not be able to manage that psychoactive effect very well. So the CBD side of that would be more efficient for you, because it's never really going to take you further than you really want to go. So you don't get up off CBD, right? You just kind of right there, you right where you want to be, and really
relax.
You can't just ride the wave.
I had my aunt. It's funny. My aunt hasn't. She said she ain't slept in like 20 years, and she discovered CBD and bought some off of Amazon. And I just be kind of trying to explain to my family like the different health benefits of holistic healing, including, CBD and different things. I think they're finally grasping the concept, but she said that she slept better than, like I said, it's been 20 years since she slept, but she was out of there. Right. So I think we got to kind of get outside of the traditional medicine and kind of look back to what our ancestors used. They didn't have a Zoloft, or they didn't have Prozac. Some of them did cocaine. You feel me? Like that was medicine at the time. So we got to kind of look at that and explore other avenues, man. You gentlemen have brought it full circle as far as bringing it, the CBD and the hemp, and now we can order and get it. I'm definitely going to check that out and look into it, because I haven't had CBD. I've never tried it, but I'm interested to see, the benefits on how the wellness, and how I can tell other people like, hey, this could actually benefit you in the long run.
And I want to add, what I want to add on is that when I actually given my dog some CBD little gummies to help with his anxiety, it actually calmed him down a little bit. No, for real, they got it for dogs. Anyway, but as far as myself, I think
next time you buy it for your dog, you got to buy it on our website. We have tinctures.
Oh, yeah, got it.
We have pet shampoo. We have shampoo for your dog now with CBD in it. We have it for cats. We have the cats and horses. If any of y'all happen to own a horse, we got it for that too.
I love it. Okay, but here's my next thing about you guys being the first Black owned. So if we want to go about that way, is there a way that, what would be some tips for us, or can we invest in some stocks that you got? Like, how can we try to create that for ourselves?
That's what I'm talking about.
I'll let you talk about this.
So there's a couple different ways that people can go. What we're doing from a legal standpoint is something that most of you guys right here, if you really wanted to do that and go after that, you could probably go after it and accomplish it. However, if that's not really your spiel and that's not really what you want to do, then you could come in and invest in a company like ours. We do have outside investors that we work with, folks that are coming in that have been taking a look at our package and making some investments in it. It's not something that probably anybody can afford to do, but it's not all that difficult either. Say between the 6 of you all, that are sitting here, you could probably get yourself some fractional equity in the Green Toad Hemp Farm, producing income for each one of you through our profitability, and then using this platform that you have to promote what you're invested in, thereby securing your own investment and making it come through for yourself. That's a better situation than most people can ask for, and one that people in your position often forget that you actually have. You have influence. And so it's like rolling the dice and choosing which number it falls on when you have that type of power. So it's a matter of being able to exercise that. So at minimum of $10,000, we've been able to entertain and walk through that with different folks that have come in at that level and beyond. So any of you be welcome to inbox me or email about that information. We'd be glad to give it to you. But what we're doing is we take it very seriously. And again, it's for us, this is about daily wellness and health. This is not about, even though we have fun with the idea of people kind of smoking and doing that whole thing, this is about daily health and wellness in a world that needs it now more than ever before. And also the environmental benefits that hemp brings about.
So one of the things when we talk about investing, we're following the model of Charlotte's Web. So Charlotte's Web in 2014 started their CBD farm with 1 acre. By 2019, they were $2.5 billion. We're not only the first Black cannabis hemp company, but we're the only grower that also own a separate post-harvest facility, which is about 5 miles from here, from the farm. And other farmers have to pay us to do their post-harvest part of the business. We're the only grower that 70% of our business is focused on smokable, and we have all the equipment. We don't have to contract none of that out. We have all the equipment to process all that flower, from the curing, the drying, the curing, to the trimming, to the sorting, to everything. We make pre-rolls. We have the equipment to do that. We do make the hemp cigarettes. We have all that equipment to do that, to cut out the middleman. So we've really leveraged everything. Now, we're in the process of building our indoor growth facility, which we're building at now out of 40-foot containers. We just purchased and had 6 40-foot containers delivered. We're in the process of retrofitting those with the support of Georgia Southern University. And we're going to be one of the only growers in the nearby state. You're probably not going to find a closer state unless you go to Colorado that's doing that, as well as growing year round. So we're going to grow year round all the time and have high premium product out on the market available for the customer year round, where other growers can't do that right now.
Man, that's amazing. Yeah. That's amazing. Is there, I'm sure your products are on the site, but kind of explain to us how it's best consumed. Like, is it gummies or tincture?
Great question.
You want to roll it up, flour? People do it differently. So kind of.
Again, you see what this nice smoking pipe here?
Oh yeah, I see that.
Smoking.
You can do it that way too.
Smoking is the fastest way to get it into your system. Okay. Now, some people may not like smoking, or their bodies it doesn't really function well for them. Edibles are actually relative to your own individual body chemistry and metabolism. Edibles may work fast for you, or they may work slow for you. That's something that each person has to test those and go through it. Now, on our website, we have some 50 milligram gummies. It doesn't make a difference who you are. You're going to feel those. You got some 50 milligram gummies on there. I'm telling you, you guys got to go on there and check them out.
I'm gonna share the screen so I'm gonna let them see what you're talking about. I got it right here.
I want to see who. I got a trivia question for y'all. Or not really a trivia question, but an industry question.
Yeah.
How many of y'all know what D8 is? Delta 8.
The plane.
No.
You know what?
My God.
The plane terminal. I
Delta
don't.
8.
Well, you'll be flying, but it's not the plane.
So
Heard
Delta
that in a
8
rap song.
Delta 8 THC is an extract that comes from the hemp plant. It is the only psychoactive component that exists inside the hemp plant. In fact, it's lower than what you would get in a straight THC, but it's more psychoactive than straight CBD. So you think about it as far as high as you can go without being across that line. Delta 8 is it. You will find those vape cartridges on our site. It only comes in vapes, and we'll have them in gummies as well. It doesn't come in smokable flower, but I think for those of you that vape or your friends that vape, you guys will enjoy that. If any of you ever join our revenue share product program, so you could earn money as a partner with us on that, you'll find that those D8 cartridges and some of the other things are going to be great for your friends, your family, and the other folks that are in your line of influence.
So the thing with gummies that I always caution people about is that our gummies taste really good. The problem is because they taste so good, people
Want to
tend
pop
to
them like
eat
candy.
more than one at a time.
Oh, wow.
You have to understand cannabis, hemp. So marijuana is a made-up name. It's all hemp, right?
Right.
And so when we're licensed to grow hemp light or marijuana light, as you would say. So if you think about regular beer, light beer, that's kind of the same thing.
That's exactly what I thought when you said it.
Exactly. So if you drink enough light
A Miller
beer,
Lite.
it will happen, right? So you still you have the THC in there. Now we do have some strains that we're growing that are going to be for our labor-friendly line, which will be for people who, have to get drug tested. So these particular plants that we're growing, some of them that we're growing right now, should grow with 0 THC. That's how they made those when they did the genetics on them. Now we did have one plant that we was going to make a mother plant, and it was a CBG strain, supposed to be 0 THC. We just had it tested, and it had double-digit THC in it.
Ooh.
So, and some of that was our fault because, again, even a hemp plant, if the plant gets stressed out, or if you leave it in the ground too long and don't harvest it on time, the THC level will grow at a rapid rate. So you really have to know and manage and understand that process. Otherwise, you can have a strain that should max out at 0.30 if you harvest it on time. But if it gets stressed out for whatever reason, or you miss that harvest date, it can go from 0.30 to 5% to 10%, and just really be straight up very strong marijuana.
Yeah. Some people want that,
The government gives us a little flexibility with that because they know we're highly regulated and they know we're going to manage it the right way and under our license. But those things could definitely happen.
So I got a question, and I'm probably the most serious one about this. Like, I got homeboys, we talk about businesses all the time, and I'm always the one that say, man, I'm not doing nothing before I get in this marijuana game. For you guys, like, you were just talking a minute ago, and you used one of my favorite words. You said billions. And for me, that's what it's all about, because I feel like, we watch other people that don't look like us have these billion-dollar situations, and they keep that word away from us. So for me, this is an opportunity that I could possibly make that happen and create Black wealth, which is something that we always talk about here on this podcast. At what point or when did you guys decide that this is what we need to do and this is how we're going to go about it?
And it was, I'd have to tell you, bro, this is a matter of kind of what they call building a plane while you're flying it. Because what we're doing right now, for instance, that some of the things that we've told you about were not a part of the plan on day one. Day one, it was just, hey, I got some land, we're gonna do a hemp farm, what you wanna do? And I was out in Colorado studying the industry. He was up and down the Midwest and the East Coast studying the industry, going to classes. We've been friends for years and done business together before. And we kind of came back together on this basis, but it's something he would have probably been doing without me. So the decision of that kind of started like for you, bro, where you see the size of the industry, you're like, I got to get in. Right. And found a lane and then just stuck with it. And now it's turning into something much, much broader and with greater implications.
So one of the things we decided to build our company with a corporate structure model and a debt-free model, right? So 99% of our equipment is paid for, our tractors, everything. So our debt is very low. our company is structured in a corporate model. So we just had our entire network system hooked up at our post-harvest facility that we'll be able to scan in product, track sales down to the item, track plants down to the strain, to the weight of the plants, everything. Our entire business model is set up no different than the way Walmart got their business model set up. That makes us even more attractive, not only in the open market, but it allows us to grow at a very at a fast pace, but at a strong pace. So building, we started out this thing, we committed to building a very strong foundation, that we're gonna lay down first, and then we're gonna build on that foundation. And so many things changes, like Dwayne says. So because we have such a strong foundation, all these new and different things that popped up, things that we learned, we're able to just put right on into the program and just keep moving without slowing us down at all. Where other folks are slowed down because of COVID never slowed us down. And that's why we have an edge right now over most of the other hemp companies out there.
If anything, COVID crunk y'all up because everybody was sitting at the house.
Yes, they were. We weren't. Knock on wood, we never test positive, but we were always out there.
Amen.
Yeah.
Well, let everybody know where they can follow you on social media. If you guys have individual pages, let them know, and then definitely drop the website so we can go over and grab our orders and support as well.
Yeah, so our Instagram is the Green Toad Hemp Farm. On Facebook, it's the Green Toad Hemp Cultivation Farm. And the website is thegreentoadhemp.com. And yeah, let me see. I'm looking to see all them names in there tonight with orders placed. Whatever I got in stock. I mean, we got some, for those of you that like to burn, we got some killer smoke on there, that Abacus and Purple Frost. You're going to absolutely.
I seen the Abacus. Y'all just dropped that today, right?
Yeah, I just dropped it today. You talking 20%?
Yeah, I saw that, 20%.
It's off the chain, man. It got a nasty nose on it, so you really like it.
Oh.
And I was looking at the vape pens.
We also offer or allow folks to come out and tour the plant.
That's what I wanted to know.
So if anybody,
but
ever want to do that,
SBEB as a group, or you're right. Yeah, it ain't for everybody.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Give us an opportunity. We're gonna give you an opportunity to get a closer look into what you started here. And Maya, those vape pens are great. The Vessel pens are really good pens.
Mm-hmm.
The D8s and the other cartridges is all good, but I think you might like that D8 if you trying to fly close to the clouds.
So question.
And we have some D8 gummies coming out.
Yeah, those will be out next. Yeah.
Listen, Lindas.
Like with the actual plant, because like Georgia was like 100% slow motion as far as like letting any type of marijuana in, period. Because I think they started off with the oils for like kids that were having seizures and stuff, and then the CBD started to come in. How is it that with the plant, like you guys actually have an actual plant? Is it a certain level or something that has got to be for Georgia to approve the plant? Or can you have like OG Kush or?
No, so here's what happens. What has happened is that hemp strains, keep in mind what Reggie said, it's the same plant, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you have a OG Kush that somebody grew in California as a marijuana plant with a high THC level, there's people, agronomists and geneticists, people who deal with plants and plant genetics, who are able to turn that now and take that same plant and grow that plant in reverse in terms of the ratio of CBD to THC, can turn that around. And sometimes they do it over long time periods and such. So now you have a sour diesel. The sour diesel we got is CBD. But when you smell it, you're going to be like, wait a minute. It's good, right? When you smoke,
basically just lowering the THC.
Exactly. It's just a shifting of the chemical balance of the plant is what you find. So it's going to have all of the same profiles, the same terpene profiles and everything from one to the next, but the content levels and the chemistry is obviously different, rather.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm sold. We gotta figure out a day to get down there, y'all. I need to get there.
Hey, for real, like for real.
This is our life. We live here, so we, we here. What a lot of people do though. Seriously, they'll take a day, come in the morning, spend a couple hours, tour the farm, see the plants, smell the plants, take a ride around. We actually just expanded our property. When you guys read that article, we had 17 and a half acres. We just expanded that to 38 total here, 38 and a half. We bought another 10 acres next door last week.
Wow.
So as a matter of fact, you heard it here first on Black, Educated, and Broke.
Hey.
We haven't even broke that news yet. So that and the news of the indoor growth facility. Right, absolutely exclusive. So yeah, we're ready to take this to a level that's going to make our people proud, that's going to bring great benefit to those who see the value in investing now, while the price of doing that is reasonable. If you take a look at any other big marijuana companies out there, you're not getting into none of them for $10,000, certainly on no level that's going to offer you any true benefit. So that's something that, when we hang up the phone, y'all can whisper to each other and come on up. I see 2 bands over there. I see about 4 or 5 bands over there. Yeah, I see some money over there. Come on now.
Come on, speak it over my life. Yes, Lord.
And I'm going to tell you, we really encourage more Black Americans to get involved in this industry. This industry has demonized us.
Yes.
Put most of us in prison. Probably half the folks sitting in prison now for marijuana possession was probably smoking a low THC hemp, right? That, because at that time, regardless of whether it was 0.20 or 0.30, it was still, or 30%, it was still illegal, right? So this gives us an opportunity to take back that power and make some money, build some futures, build some generational wealth by doing that. And, again, like I taught Dwayne, everybody got their little stimulus check and they went and bought Walmart, all the TVs out of Walmart.
Right.
It should have been in the cannabis industry, right? So we have to start thinking differently, and like what you guys doing, getting the message out. I just really hope the message get out to our folks to get involved in this industry. Well, it's on the growing piece, the processing piece, the shipping piece. There's so many different verticals that a person could get involved in this industry. We're working with some mayors in Arkansas to help several cities in Arkansas get their Black farmers off and running in the hemp industry. And we're going to be working with some folks in Florida as well. We're not charging them for this. We're trying to help our folks get into this industry and become successful. Now they may have to put our name on the farm, but other than that,
say we're gonna somebody paying.
Well, Reggie and Dwayne, it's been a pleasure having you gentlemen on here today. Like I said, I was super excited when I came across the article, shared it with my team immediately. I'm glad you guys got on here so quickly. I was concerned. I said, man, he didn't respond to my Facebook message yet. Maybe they too high up there. I can't. So it's definitely amazing that you guys were able to, reach back, give us this information. But at this time, Black Educated and Broke, we thank you guys for joining us. We're going to take a quick break. And we come back, we're going to shut this thing down. We've had a remarkable show, and we just ended it off on an amazingly high note. Yes,
what? No point.
Right. Wait, but y'all, I can promise y'all, we coming down there for show to tour this farm. Right now, you talking to Black Educated and Broke. When we leave, we're gonna bleed Black Educated and Hungry. I hope y'all got some good restaurants.
That's what's up.
Black Educated and Broke is a weekly entertainment podcast where we mix hip-hop headlines and all things ATL into the success of Black millennials and Black culture.
I say what I always say, what I stole from Gladiator, what we do in life echoes in eternity, right? So what you do today is going to echo down in your future. So pick the right things, pick what's hot, pick what's profitable, pick what you can create generational wealth with, and go at it full force. And don't allow it to pass you by. Don't miss the .com industry. Don't miss the Walmart stock when it was 9 cents a share. Don't miss those opportunities anymore. The opportunity is here today. Whether it's with us or somebody else, Take advantage of the opportunities that's in front of you today.
And the church said,
Amen.
Amen.
Amen.